Hello everybody and welcome back to the final episode of Mind, Money, Soul of the year 2020. Foul. It's a new setting today. I'm actually in my bed. It's giving cosy, it's giving comfy. I couldn't be asked to set up my podcast studio in my room, and I thought, I know a better place, my bed. So here we are. Today I want to talk about my 5 reflections of 2024. So let's get into it. Now I don't know where the fuck the year has gone. I ain't gonna lie to you all. But reflection number 1, sometimes things don't go to plan, and that is okay. It doesn't always have to go the exact way that you plan things. And I think part of life is about being able to be flexible and adaptable and not worry too much about things being perfect, things going the exact way you thought they would go, because it's usually attachment to things and expectations that ruin the joy and the presence of the moment. Yeah. And my year went in a direction that I didn't think it was going to go in. I'm not going to lie to you all. When I reflect on the year, I can realise maybe why I didn't stay on track with certain goals or certain plans. But in the midst of things not going the way that I thought they would, I actually called in some really, really beautiful experiences and memories. And whilst I didn't necessarily make as much financial progress as I would like, I honestly had the best year of my life in regards to fun and play and having stories to tell and making memories with my friends and having new experiences and, holidays, all the things. I have no regrets. So what I've learnt this year is it is okay that sometimes things don't go to plan, because I've learnt so much from this year in a way that I could never have imagined. Okay, number 2 is we are not our thoughts. We're not our thoughts. We are the observer, the listener, the hearer of our thoughts. And we know that because if we are our thoughts, how can we hear them? Like we're something deeper than that. Now this year I went on 2 retreats, the same retreat, but one in March, one on my 31st birthday in October, and same thing, but I learned 2 very different sets of things from it. But we become prisoners to our thoughts. And I feel like I am learning how to break free from the shackles of that, which is so magical, and it takes a lot. It's a lot of learning, but humans overcomplicate things. Life is actually quite simple. It's just that we exist in new environments and new ecosystems and new societies and, cultures and things that are in our environment that we have to, I guess, feel like we have to play into, fit into, But actually, we can live life how the fuck we want, and it can be very simple. And our thoughts and our attachment to our thoughts is actually where we feel, or we can end up feeling anxious or overwhelmed or stressed. Everything roots back to thought. And life happens in the presence of the moment, So I feel I'm going to talk on this more, I think, over the next year. But at the moment, I'm still doing a lot of processing, which I love. But I've learned a lot about that this year. Really being able to detach from our thoughts, see how our thoughts are creating our reality and our current experience, how we can choose to not listen to our thoughts. And it's not about controlling our thoughts. It's just about choosing which ones to believe, which ones are true, which ones are coming from that comfortable nature of our true essence and creativity, and those that are coming from fear or trauma or, whatever, ego, Okay, reflection number 3. 30 is not old. If you are in your 20s and you are getting worried about turning 30, please don't. Let me be a living example that being in your 30s is so much fun. Age is literally just a number, and society attaches things to us on a timeline basis to do with our age. You should have done this by 30. You should be, if you're in your 20s, do this. If you're, all this noise. You can create anything at any age. And do you know the beautiful thing about being 30 is you care less about what people think of you. It doesn't go, right? Not gonna lie. But I care way less what people think about me. And I feel like I'm finally, truly starting to authentically live life the way that I want to live life. And, I think about my 20s and I'm like, oh, I am kind of sad that COVID took a couple of those years of my late 20s, but there's something very magical about being 30. And I also live with people in their 40s and they're loving their 40s. So things can only get better. Yeah. So basically, for fuck society's timelines of things, don't worry how old you are, whether you're in your 20s or whether in your 40s, do what you want. You can start investing, do not worry. And do not be scared of getting older. It is a privilege to age. So let's remind ourselves of that. Let's be grateful for who we are, where we're at right now, the place that we're at, no matter what age we're at. Peace and love. Okay, reflection number 4. Being a business owner is not for the light-hearted. Seriously, I love running my business, but it is the most challenging thing I've ever done. So many decisions all the time. And to be a good leader, you have to be able to decide, commit, execute, trial and error, try it, test it, fail, learn, go again. And you've got to make those decisions quick and go through them quick. That's one thing that's held me back this year, is I don't make decisions quickly enough. And I've always blamed it on being a Libra. I'm a Libra, I'm indecisive. No decision is a decision. Sometimes it is better to pick, quote unquote, the wrong decision, learn from it and pivot quickly than make no decision at all, because at least you're doing something, you're taking action, you're moving forward, you're moving the needle, you're able to learn from something. But if you take no action and you make no decision, you will stay stuck in the same place. And if you are a business owner, that is amplified because you are in charge of your own income. So fail fast and make decisions, baby girl. I turned 31, I said I'm going to make more decisions, and I've been so much better, but 2025 is the year that I can play that out. And also, you have to have a wavering sense of self-belief. No one else is going to believe in you if you don't believe in you. Whether you want to run your own business or go full-time employed or self-employed or whatever your big dreams are, if you don't believe in yourself, how are other people going to believe in you? You have to have confidence in yourself first. And everybody will call you crazy until you are successful. So focus on yourself. Lean into what you want for yourself, and know that if you have an idea or a desire within you, it's been given to you for a reason. I promise you that. And that reason is for you to execute it. So fucking go at it with pure self-belief, fail fast, make decisions, and just see what happens, because you're never going to regret going for it and trying and it being challenging, because you're going to learn so much about yourself in the process. You will regret more staying stuck and doing the comfortable thing, And number 5, when you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. I went to the O2 recently with my good friend Julia, and we went and saw Kygo, and it was amazing. And she said this to me, and I had a light bulb moment. This year, I've been saying yes to a lot. Now, I'm a big believer in saying yes to opportunities and not saying no because it scares you, but saying no because you feel like you're having boundaries around your time and your energy. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. And usually that thing that you're saying no to is something for yourself. In 2025, I'm going to be better at understanding where to put my time, where to put my energy. I am my top priority. My business is so important to me, and my career and helping people and doing all of those things is so important to me. I have to make it a priority, which sometimes means saying no to things, even when maybe, don't say yes to things just because you feel guilty or because you feel like you owe somebody something. You want to say yes to something because it really excites you, or inside of you, you're like, oh my God, this is a good opportunity. Not saying yes because you're like, oh, I kind of feel like I have to, or I feel like I should because this opportunity's come to me. If you say yes too much, you can end up burning out. You feel overwhelmed, like, that ain't helping nobody. So stop giving so much of your time away to other people. And that is my 5 reflections of the 2024. I don't know what 2025 holds. I've got big dreams, but for the podcast, I'm not sure. So if you're depending on when you're listening to this, I don't know if there's going to be an episode in January. The podcast won't die forever. I'm just deciding whether to take a little break for a couple of months. So if you're listening to this at the end of December or in January, there may or may not be episodes. But I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has tuned in. I was number one podcast for about 350 people. And then I was top 10 for about 3,500 people, which just means so fucking much to me that you'll just love nearly 150 episodes of me just chatting to you all. Isn't that lovely? But I hope you're all amazing. I hope you'll have had an amazing Christmas and have an amazing New Year. And let's see what 2025 holds. Mwah.